Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, HaKodash. Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, the world ignorantly calls God. And his only begotten Son's name is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Of course, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, HaKodash, Barak, Atham, Ha'akim, all of you, you brothers out there that's doing this work, and of course, you sisters that's listening and learning. Of course, I say shalom to you as well. All right, I'm the brother Mappa from Great Millstone Plain Tables Camp, located here in Babal, all right, which is Babylon, which is America. All right, coming again with a quick lesson here. This is just more so hitting on the diet, all right, of course, the Israelites, which we, of course, were set up with order, receiving the law, statutes, and commandments by the way of Moses from Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, all right. And because, of course, we have order, we can not just go about and do any and everything. We actually have a proper dietary law, all right. We're not heathens, all right. So we can't just go and do any and everything, and we cannot do the things that the heathen do, all right. Because what that has only gotten us is confusion, all right. Nothing but confusion. In which, when I get into this lesson, it's gonna more so cover Asher, or so-called like Brazilians. They got Colombians to Uruguay on the 12 tribes of Israel chart that deal with Asher, right, which means happy in the Hebrew. See, I could get it real quick. Let me see. Genesis 49:20. Out of Asher, his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. And basically to break down on that, being over there in that area, Brazil, you have the bread, all right, all of the wheat, and you would say also the corn and such, all right, and they're blessed, to be able to, of course, have all of that, you say royal dainties being foods and such, that's basically it on there, you go into it. Cham, which means bread, right? All right. So let me get into Asher is Ashar, all right, in the Hebrew, which means happy, all right. Which the Brazilians, they're very happy people and such, being exposed to many of them, in my life's travels, especially with the Brazilian jiu-jitsu, a lot of them Brazilians, they just happy-go-lucky people, and of course they love to feast on much food, acai, all the different meats and such, in which I'm gonna go into it. So you have these Brazilian steakhouses here. And, they're in America and Babylon. They're also all over, the whole, wherever, Asher has been scattered to and such, they got these Brazilian steakhouses. But the thing is that these Brazilian steakhouses, the Asher be not cooking them, the meat completely, which I shall show in this, video here. All right, so give me a moment, Salaki, I gotta sneeze. All right, so here it is. So this is Fogo de Chao, popular chain, I believe, restaurant for this these grilled meats. All right, so here, so you see here, all right, this is not it, but it's gonna come up. I think that's bacon. That's an abomination right there. All right, so you see this right there. The chick, so when you go to the Ashar, when you go to these so-called Brazilian steakhouses and such, they come around with the meat on the they just come straight out and take it right off over the brick oven fire that they roasted over and such, and then they just cut off the meat and then go on from there. It's all you can eat basically. So I mean, you can clearly see depicted here, this meat is not completely done. It's pink, all right, and that's bloody, and that's not a way, of course, of the Israelites. Okay, we don't eat bloody meat, such that we're not heathens. We're not Esau, all right. It's Esau. When you go into the story, of course, of Jacob and Esau, which Jacob is the 12 tribes of Israel, all right. Jacob is the patriarch. He's the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, which the tribe of Asher or Ashar is one of the tribes. Okay, but when you go down into the story of Jacob and Esau, I'm gonna go to it real quick. You have it here. When you go, you could read the story, read a bit up if you want to go and get if you haven't read it before. But most of us in the know here at Great Millstone are well in tune to, of course, the story of Jacob and Esau. All right, so this is right here. I'll just start here. Genesis 25 and 28. And Isaac loved Esau. It's like, Isaac loved Esau because he did eat his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob saw pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. So of course he was went on a hunt. Esau went on a hunt, and Jacob had some cooking, right? It says, and Esau said to Jacob, all right, Ashashua, or Ashah said unto Yaakov, right, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. There was his name called Edom, all right. So he took and ate a piece of red meat, all right, which or like raw undercooked meat and such, right? And it says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright, which is the birthright, the blessing which was given from the father unto his son, all right. Which Jacob is a planner, all right. It says, Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And let's show you these Edomites and such, which is so-called white man, all right. Edom is your forefather, all right. You don't care about the true blessings, all right. It's nothing for you. You're carnal anyway. Anyway, it says, and Jacob said, swear to me this day, and he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. All right, so Esau sold his birthright. All right, and it says, then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. All right, and of course Esau hates Jacob too. All right, he's a so-called white man. He hates all the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, so-called, which make up the 12 tribe of Israel. Okay, but in it, he sold his birthright for one morsel of meat. All right. Quick precept again. This is Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any profane person, profane meaning outside of the temple. All right, the temple of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, which the Esau is. All right, and the rest of the heathen is, right. But he's the worst. All right. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright, all right, a piece of bloody meat, all right, which was undercooked, all right. So let's get into the law. This is going to be you get Leviticus, the 17th chapter and the 14th verse. I mean, there's other scriptures that say the same thing, because we are hard-headed and stiff-necked people. So the Lord repeats himself, in several places, all right, in the scriptures, all All right, and that's you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and of course you confusion the face. All right, Israelites out there, Israelites who look like the heathen, but actually your line on your father's side will go back to an Israelite. And that's through the Spirit. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, this is Leviticus 17 and 14, and it reads for. Let me see. What up, Salaki? All right, so it says, "For it is the life of all flesh, the blood of it is for the life thereof. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, ye shall eat the blood of no matter of flesh, for the life of all flesh is the blood thereof. Whosoever eateth it shall be cut off." All right, so we're not supposed to be consuming blood and all of that. I believe they got like black pudding in Scotland and such, which that's off too. All right, so we have law, statutes, commandments we received. He said, "Speak unto the children of Israel." All right, so we only people that have the law, statutes, commandments. All right, let me see. Yeah, Genesis 9 and 4. "But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat." All right, so we're not supposed to be consuming, all right, bloody meat and all that. We like our meat anyway, well done. All right, but since our nation has of course went astray from the law, statutes, commandments, they of course took upon the other philosophies and the customs of the heathen. All right, which the Lord told us, of course, not to learn the way of the heathen. Okay, so I'm gonna get this precept real quick. This is Jeremiah 10 and 2. It says, "Thus said Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen." The heathen are all the nations outside of the nation of Israel. All right, it says, "And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." All right, so the point being here is that we're not supposed to learn, all right, the way of the heathen. All right, let me see if I can go into some of these words real quick. I said the rock, the way, the rock, the rock. You got way, road, distance, matter, journey, manner, habit, way, course of life, of moral character. All right, so we're not supposed to learn the course of the ways, the lifestyle of these other heathen. All right, the matter, the habits. All right, all of the different practices. We're not supposed to do eating bloody meat and all that. That's not a way of an Israelite, of Jacob. All right, Jacob meaning you 12 tribes of Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and confusion of faith. You're not supposed to be eating bloody meat. All right, so when you go to your Fogo de Chao and all of that, and then wherever you going, your steakhouse or whatever, you ain't supposed to be eating no bloody meat like this and such. So let me just go over the clip a wee bit, and then we'll go. Salaki if it may be slow. This thing gonna play a freaking commercial. Salakia for this, man, but that's the devil right there trying to stop this word. But we pretty much hit the point. Let me see. Hopefully this just goes out of the way. I mean, when they get back, I don't know what the hell is up with this. It's like forcing me to watch a fucking commercial. Anyway, I may, while that's doing that, I may just end up going into it. All right, some of the different consequences of eating rare meat. All right, meat that's not cooked all the way through. All right, you can, of course, receive sickness. All right, illness and sores. All right, of all sorts, in which I shall state some of the different elements and such you can receive from eating undercooked. When you consume undercooked meat. All right. So here, Slakia. So here it is right here. Again, You're gonna see the bloody meat right here, undercooked. Watch right here. That's pink. No, no. Look at that. Not cooked. Look at that. We don't eat like that. All right. You know, you cutting it. Look, you see how I sure do it. Cut it right off. It's not even cooked all the way through. That's a game. All right. And a lot of you Israelites, y'all want to seem fancy and stuff, all carnal. You know, oh, look at me. I'm at this this restaurant. Look at that. Come on, are you serious? And look at it, and they got the sausage and all that. That's that pork and all. You know, that's going. We can go into a lesson on that. Come on, that's a straight abomination right there in front of you. All right, fuck. All right, that's enough on that, man. That's a fucking abomination. That's a fucking abomination. This dude just had a pork with a bloody strip of meat, you know, a pound. Yo, come on, man. So anyway, we gonna go into it, you know. I'm gonna hit a precept real quick, and then we should be heading out here and such. So this is a book of Sirach 30 and 25. It reads, "A cheerful and good heart will have care." It's like it will have a care of his meat and diet. Okay, so you'll I call you. All right, I call it's like your food. You know everything you eat. You know your diet. You know what you consume. All right. You're going to have a care of that. You're going to have, of course, a consideration, all right, of what is going in your body. And that's going to be, of course, determined by the law, statutes, and commandments, okay? That gives us a clear understanding, all right, clear the guide. It's like if I, for the lack of words, but it's a clear guideline of what we supposed to eat, not eat. All right, so this is care, the provision of what is necessary for the health, welfare, maintenance, and protection are something. Okay, that's what the care is. All right, so provision for what is necessary for the health and welfare. In the health and welfare, if you want to, of course, prevent yourself from getting all types of sickness and such, don't eat no undercooked meat, and don't be eating no abominations, you Israelites out there. All right. Okay. So, what are the consequences of eating rare meat? This is an article off of Healthy Eating. .sfgate.com. All right. It reads, what are the consequences of eating rare meat? It says, while eating rare meat doesn't guarantee anything bad will happen to you, it does increase your risk of getting a foodborne illness such as E. coli, salmonella, or listeria. All right. So obviously this is a double-minded statement here where it says it doesn't guarantee anything gonna happen to you, but it does increase your risk. You're not supposed to eat no rare meat. All right. E. coli, salmonella, listeria. It says properly cooking your meat to the recommended internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit for chops. We ain't talking about pork chops either. Lamb chops, right? It says roast or steaks of beef, lamb. We ain't doing pork, all right? 160 degrees for ground red meat. 165 degrees for poultry help limits the risk as it kills many of the organisms that cause these foodborne illnesses. All right, got E. coli, right? Eating undercooked ground beef is one of the main causes of E. coli, which can cause symptoms of diarrhea, vomiting, stomach cramps. These symptoms usually occur between 2 and 8 days after eating contaminated food that can last up to a week. E. coli is usually found mainly on the surface of the meat. All right. So searing the outside sometimes kills enough of the pathogens. All right, that's that bacteria, I believe. Yeah, bacterium or viruses or microorganism that can cause disease. For you to safely eat beef, that isn't well done. All right, so you people, think that we just shear the outside gonna kill off something, but well, you eating the inside of it. You're not just eating the outside of that meat. You gonna eat the inside of it. You gonna eat that whole bloody thing, which is abomination. If you, of course, not cooking it, you eating the blood that's in it. All right, right. So that's why it's off. All right. Lord ain't dealing with half, like you think. Hey, well, is it lawful if the top is cooked and the bottom is not, and the inside isn't? That no, Lord, it need to be fully well done. All right. No blood in it, all right. No medium rare and all medium steak or whatever you want to call it. You need to be well done, all right. Jake like his stuff this way, but Jake want to be fancy these days, and he goes off and try to be like the rest of the heathen and all right. So anyway, it says, however, some meat available from restaurants and grocery stores have been mechanically tenderized, which produce these bacteria further in meat. It says cook mechanically tenderized meat until it is at least 145 degrees Fahrenheit in the center. In the center, all right. And that's where things that's mechanically tenderized, all right. By a machine, all right. Tenderization, make meat more tender by beating or slow cooking, all right. It says, as it is the only way to kill off bacteria and prevent foodborne illness. And they got salmonella, right? It says eating undercooked or raw poultry or red meat increases your risk of becoming infected by salmonella. Symptoms can include abdominal cramps, like fever, diarrhea, and will begin within 12 to 72 hours of consuming contaminated food. I had ate like y'all say, these mechanically tenderized whatever, like this food, E. coli poison. I had received that before. I believe in when I was back in the world eating. I was on a vacation and such, a holiday and such, and I mistakenly bought some these like chicken nugget type things, and I was told that they were cooked. But they weren't cooked all the way through. They weren't cooked inside at all. You were supposed to. They looked like the breading was like, and it seemed like they said it was cooked, but it wasn't. I ended up taking somebody's word, and I ended up eating it, and then, I'm like, whoa, something ain't right. And then I ended up, basically debreading the crust off, right, and seeing it was not cooked, and I basically consumed this stuff by mistake, and then I was messed up for most of my holiday. But you gotta, of course, be aware of all the things that's put in your body. All right. So they got listeria, right? While listeria is commonly caused by contaminated ready-to-eat meals, it can be caused by undercooked meat and poultry or seafood. And we have only certain seafood, of course, we can eat. We can eat, of course, things with fish and fins and scales and such. You gotta stay away from them bottom feeders and all of that. Now that's a whole nother lesson and such. But with that, that's basically it here. I could get one more precept and this calls off because I gotta go to the plantation. So yeah, so you see, ashore anyway, dealing with from, I believe, Colombia, Brazil, Colombia down to Uruguay. So this whole little region right here, and you got, of course, Neftali. All right, dealing with I believe Argentina, and let me see, I gotta get the other. Argentina to Chile. All right, and that's it. But the so-called the Latina Hispanics and stuff, the Israelites. All right. So the last precept I was just gonna get, I'll get it. It's in the book of Sirach, a book of Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha, 1611 King James Bible. All right. 35 and 3. Okay. and then that's it. So it's very important, of course, not to take these matters as very like something to look over or overlook. All these things are important, all right? Because we're turning to our power again, all right? So this is Sirach 35:3. To depart from wickedness is a thing pleasing to the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And to forsake unrighteousness is a propitiation, all right? Which, I need to go on this word, propitiation, right? It's an action of propitiating or appeasing the Most High. Spirit, the Most High, that's basically it, all right? So it's an action, all right? Of course, that's appeasing, all right? You're pleasing your power, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and not yourself, all right? Filling yourself up with meats that are, abominable, all right? Detestable, unlawful, all right? We got ways we got to do things as Israelites, all right? And therefore, the best of us, all right? It's not for our destruction. It's for, the good of us, all right? So with that, hopefully you were edified. Of course, they got this other thing, parasite. They got different parasites you can get from, of course, undercooked meat and stuff too, tapeworms and all that too. But you could look into it right there. Tenacious, all right. It's off of CDC, which they create, of course. Fucking pestilences. It's a disease. But anyway, with that, I say call halal imla Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Hopefully you was edified by this. If you have been cooking under things not all the way through, change that. If you're an Israelite, if you're a heathen, nobody gives a hell about what you're doing. You're gonna get destroyed. All right. And on the other side, you're gonna learn these laws, statutes, commandments. All right. You're gonna follow the Israelites. All right. But Esau he of course got control of this world. He polluted all the people with all his philosophy. So we being in his captivity, we learned this different way. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom. Of course, double honors to the elders and apostle at Great Millstone as well. Peace and salutation all the saints, Sirakim or Akwath. All right, sisters, the brothers out there, so Shalom.